Hi, my name is Dick Talleur, and I'd like to introduce you to the wonderful world of fly tying, something that I think everybody can do. I've taught a lot of beginners, and while it's somewhat intimidating at first, I will assure you that it's well within the capabilities of anybody with reasonably normal vision, corrected or uncorrected, and an interest in doing it. And it's one of those things that rarely in life we get a chance to do something quite so satisfying unless you happen to be a very talented artist or something of that nature. This is something we can all do. And not only can we do it, but we can use these flies to go out and have a great time on the streams and lakes that we love to fish. With that, I'd like to start you off briefly by discussing the instruments and tools that are required to get going in fly tying. One of the very important ones is the fly tying vise. Now, this is simply an instrument that holds a hook securely while we operate on it. And I emphasize the word securely. There are vices on the market that either through poor adjustment or poor quality don't do that, and this you will not want, because it would be kind of like playing golf while the ball was slowly rotating on the tee. That doesn't work so well. A few important things about the vise is simply this: assuming you're tying basically standard trout flies, the jaw should be of a design that accommodates the typical size hooks. And we'll see more about hooks as we go through these several flies in the exercises. This vise here is what they call a cam-operated vise. This lever applies pressure to this tube inside, drawing it back inside of this collet, which causes these jaws to close and then open again when you release. This mechanism down here is very important because this is what's used to adjust to the wire diameter of the hook. And it's very important that you always do that properly, because otherwise, A, the hook will not be held securely, or if it's a bigger hook and you try to force it, you may destroy the jaws of your vise, spring them or break them. So it's very important to have a vise that's adjustable from that standpoint, and I think that all of them on the market today are. Vices range very widely in price, and very widely, of course, in relative quality. And I won't get into that, except to say that make sure it's got the features you want. Certainly the hook adjustment, possibly also, this is called angle adjustment. If I were to loosen those screws there, I can move the vise tube backwards and forwards like that, which helps me gain access from the rear to hooks of various sizes. So that's kind of important too. But as far as basic vices go, I would say that it's secondary. With that, just a few basic tools to get you started. We use fine tip scissors. And the best ones can be bought in fly shops, ones that have been selected expressly for the purpose of tying flies. Some of them have straight blades, some of them have curved blades like that. You take your choice. Eventually you'll probably want one of each. These, of course, are for very delicate work. You have to be very careful when you get into certain types of fly tying where you're cutting heavy stuff or lead wire or things like that, not to damage these delicate scissors. If you do cut something like that, make sure you work way down into the blades here, but better yet, have a heavier pair of scissors available so that you don't expose your delicate Sunday go-to-meeting pair to that kind of torture. The Hackle Plier is a unique device expressly for the purpose of handling fly tying materials. This is the English-style Hackle Plier. That's a long-jawed version. This is a short-jawed version here. They're both good. I like this particular style of Hackle Plier because of its shape, because of this loop which accommodates my finger, because of its excellent gripping properties here, and also because of its weight, because when this is hanging down with a feather that, let's say that you have finished wrapping and are just hanging there while you're getting ready to do something else, it has to have enough weight to secure things so that things don't back off and loosen while you're preparing for the next operation. That's why I like this type of Hackle Plier. This is a whip finishing tool, and you'll see in a few moments when we do our